Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. One of the things I've been long talking about are my 3 R's, my R3, which is rid, restock, reorganize. And so hopefully we can talk and converse about that, take a look at our pantries and cupboards, and have a conversation about how do we take the R3 home with us.
I mean, where do you start? Do you start with getting rid? I mean, do you really would you tell attendees here to go home and put a big box out for donation to a homeless pantry and just start cleaning out their shelves? Or do you supplant with healthy food first? Where do you start? Where do you begin to tackle the problem?
You know, starting with rid, but you have to restock right away. So by rid, what I mean is you get out 3 boxes or 3 boxes and bags, and you either keep, you're going to make a box that you're going to donate, and then the third one is toss. And sometimes we have to make that hard decision and just say, you know what, for the health of it, I'm going to make this decision and toss it. So rid is a good start.
Keep, donate, and toss. So let's start with what is in your pantry that should not be.
We want to take out the artificial ingredients. And those are pretty easy to recognize if you flip the box around. Look at that ingredient list. If it says red dye, if it says artificial sweeteners, if it says preservatives or unrecognizable ingredients, you want to see good, wholesome ingredients. So those would be the ones that I would like quarantine them. If it's the first ingredient on the list, it's the most relevant and the highest percentage of that ingredient in the package. So you want the first ingredient to always be the food that you're looking at. But the best foods are the ones that, you know, like this ingredient list. If you can read really close, you might need your reading glasses. Look really close. It says bell pepper.
What you have access to is what you end up eating. I mean, it sounds so simple and obvious, but nobody really thinks about that. So you can get all these great tips on what you should be eating and how to eat clean. But when you go home and when you're driving in your car, you're going to the office, what is in your house, what is in your office, where you go to eat out at night, when you are eating out, what's available to you to throw together for a quick dinner, that's what you end up eating. So this is really, really crucial and important step.
Yeah, I think, and I hope that you all agree. I believe that the single best investment you can make to your health on a daily basis, at least 3 times a day, is to eat well. I mean, plain and simple. And bringing the opportunity to make those choices. At the same time, we navigate a sea of choices, and it can be baffling. By some estimates, the major supermarkets have 60,000 products on their shelves and in their bins and in their baskets at any given time. And it can be challenging, even if you are a health-inspired eater already. And I expect that many of you already are. You're like, I'm already doing a lot right, but man, it becomes complex. When we're restocking, you know, focus on getting whole nuts, getting some dried fruits in the mix, you know, simply dried. They're just dried fruit. They add a sweetness that's intensified when you remove some of the extra added sugars from your diet. You wouldn't believe how sweet fruit tastes when you start removing some of the kind of junk sugars that show up in places like pasta sauces and nut butters and salad dressings and places where you don't even want them there in the first place, but you haven't looked in a while. So it's about taking that look and making that like simple upgrade. If we bring it into the refrigerator, this represents the refrigerator and the freezer. You know, once a year, well, a couple times a year, I make my own yogurt because, you know, I'm in the field and I should. But there's great yogurts to be bought.
And it's easy.
And it's easy, by the way, yeah.
It's really easy, especially Greek yogurt, and you save yourself a lot of money.
Yeah. So
yogurt makes yogurt. Just Google it, everyone.
Make
your own yogurt.
Okay, take that home today. Yogurt
no,
makes
it's really,
yogurt.
And it's cheap and it's easy and you can make it organic.
And if you're buying yogurt, really, sugar is the big one. Sugar is the one you want to look at. You want to look to reduce the sugar in your yogurts. You also, again, want to reduce those artificial sweeteners because sometimes they take out the sugar, but they're artificially sweetened. There are wonderfully tasting hormone-free, antibiotic-free, so organic varieties or just simply hormone-free, antibiotic-free, which is a clean choice, low-sugar options. Certainly shop for organic milks or milk alternatives. And when you're buying milk alternatives, almond milk or hemp milk or the coconut milk, get it unsweetened. I want you to add the sweet to your life. You know, I would rather you be in the driver's seat. This is what this whole day is about, you being in the driver's seat for your health. In your freezer, you know, frozen vegetables. We are about fresh. We should stand in front of the fresh for a few minutes, you know, some of the real foods here.
I follow your lead.
In the refrigerator and freezer, don't shy away. There are high quality, clean foods in the freezer also. You know, you can get vegetables that are frozen and not feel like you have to be so purist that you're not buying or that you're wasting. I have 2 rules that I'm going to suggest, 2 recommendations. But I couch them by saying they're rules in your day. Have a fruit and or vegetable at every meal. That's 1. Have a fruit and or, I'm not saying which one, I'm not saying what one, I'm not saying what kind. I want it to be clean. I want it to be best you can find. Number 1. Number 2, have a soup and or salad every day. Because by the way, you'll have more fruits and vegetables that way, but a soup and or salad will ensure that even if your whole day goes awry, you've done 2 things great. And in the last minute and a half or so here that we have, I just want to talk just a little bit about reorganizing. In your refrigerator, you move the foods that you want to eat up to eye level. Take them out of the crisper. You know, if someone else in the family's having soda pop or some other foods that you maybe don't want to see, hide those in the crisper. Invest in
Out of sight, out of mind.
In glass for 2 reasons. Glass containers that you can store leftovers. Glass containers that you can take on the road with you, so they've got tops with them. Glass containers so you see them, so you'll want to eat the food in them. And glass containers so that you're reducing the BPA and the environmental toxins. Simple, small upgrades. Simple steps have big rewards.